All right, guys and gals, so we're back. Now we're on 33rd Street in beautiful Virginia Beach, which I also lived here for many years. I actually like to call it affectionately 33rd and a 3rd Street, which makes more sense from an RPM perspective and a vinyl store owner. But anyway, I also lived on 33rd and a half Street, which is actually a thing. I did. I lived on 33rd Street and 33rd and a half Street. I've lived all over this town, as the Talking Heads, I think, once famously said. And it ain't no party and it ain't no disco, that's for sure. Anyway, first up, Dave Alvin and Phil Alvin, hard traveling Dave Alvin and Phil Alvin. They're of Blasters fame, and they continue their reunion on this 4-song vinyl EP exclusively available for Record Store Day on a limited edition transparent red vinyl. Also, Dave Matthews Band, hey, another famous Virginian, actually South American Virginian, not South American, South African Virginian, live at Red Rocks. This is a 4 LP, only 2,500 of these have been pressed. I ordered a bunch, we'll see how many we get. Dave Matthews Band released one of their full-length concerts for the first time with Live at Red Rocks. It sold over 2 million billion gazillion copies, the group's most successful live release to date, and proved what the faithful already knew, that the DMB were one of the most engaging concert attractions in the known universe. Now, Live at Red Rocks is available as a 4 LP set for the very first time, pressed on a limited edition silver vinyl, remastered and cut by Bernie Grundman Mastering, and packaged in a slipcase with 4 individual jackets. Mind you, not just one individual jacket, but 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of individual jackets, even for Dave Matthews. Okay, now we're getting into the crazy good stuff. Dave Matthews was good, this is crazy good. David Bowie, Cracked Actor, live Los Angeles, 1974. This is a 3 LP set, not to be confused with Actor on Crack, which was also a problem with David Bowie at some times. This gem is a previously unreleased live recording from Los Angeles on September 5th, 1974, and this was a pivotal gig in the transition between the Diamond Dogs Tour and the Philly Dogs Tour, produced by David Bowie and mixed by Human Studios in NYC in the fall of 2016. Again, this is a 3 LP set, and it's got an X etching on the 6th side. So those are going to go quickly. David Bowie, Bo Promo. In August 1971, Bowie's manager had 500 promo LPs pressed to secure Bowie and fellow main man artist Dana Gillespie a record deal. This promo album, which featured 7 Bowie songs on side A and 5 by Gillespie on the flip, is often referred to as the Bo Promo album. It came in a generic white outer and inner sleeve and had no printed label, so its matrix number was Bo Promo 1A-1, 1B-1. We record store people, collectors, just love this stuff. And that was the only way you could identify it, was just that little bit on the run out, on the right outside the label. This release replicates the original promo with Bowie's 7 tracks on one side and adds 5 exclusive Bowie prints. Most of the songs eventually ended up on Hunky Dory, which is my favorite Bowie record, by the way, just a few months later. It's pricey, but it's oh so worth it. Oh so worth it. Plus, we'll also have Bowie's final studio recordings on hand, which include 4 studio recordings from the Black Star Lazarus period. This is a separate release by Sony, never before released on vinyl, with an etched B-side. That's not actually a Record Store Day release, but I've got a bunch of those on hand. Hopefully we'll still have, I think it's technically coming out Friday, but we're probably going to hold it till Saturday anyway. This isn't an RSD release, but it's definitely worthy of mention. I'm going to grab one of those too, and we'll be able to reorder that one. David Crosby and the Lighthouse Band, self-titled. 4 songs performed at NPR's World Cafe on December 8th, 2016, and pressed as the official RSD 10th anniversary record. The Lighthouse Band features David Crosby, interesting, Michael League of Snarky Puppy, Becca Stevens, and Michelle Willis, and it's limited to 2,500 copies. Delight, Groove is in the Heart, What is Love? Wow, that's a good combination. Groove is in the Heart was originally released in 1990 and has never been released since, with its marvelous combination of modern classic dance sheen, funk, and singer Lady Miss Keir's diva attitude. The single defined the summer of 1980. I was there, were you? It was groovy. This will be a pink release. I had a used copy of this in fairly recently, and it just immediately went out the door. It's going to be awesome. Def Leppard, the Def Leppard EP, the very first EP released by Def Leppard, originally printed, glued, and assembled by Joe Elliott and his mother in 1976 and sold by the band at their very first shows. Yay, moms, go moms! This has not been available on vinyl since a 1989 UK Fan Club reissue. It will be remastered and released for the first time on a 45 RPM 12-inch. Rock on! I should do that with an Aussie accent, but I can't do Aussie accents either. Dennis by Mr. Dennis Wilson. This is a 2 LP set. Features highlights from the recording sessions from the planned second album by Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys. Recorded in 1978 as a follow-up to his classic Pacific Ocean Blue. These eclectic and ambitious recordings were left unreleased when he died in 1983 and remained so until 2008. Now Wilson's lost masterpiece can be heard on a newly designed 2 LP set pressed on colored vinyl and featuring brand new liner notes. Dexter Gordon, the incredible Dexter Gordon, Walk the Blues. During a 2-day period in 1967, saxophonist Dexter Gordon recorded multiple albums worth of material at one of Gordon's favorite venues, which was the legendary Jazzhaus Montmartre in Copenhagen. The results were among his finest European recordings. This record, Walk the Blues, is pulled from the second night of recording and finds Dexter in an expansive, relaxed, mellow mood, a mellow jack, in front of an appreciative audience, which I think a lot of people are mellow in Copenhagen for some reason. These brilliant recordings will now make their vinyl debut on this 180-gram audiophile grade LP, pressed at the amazing Palace plant in Germany. Again, I never know if I'm pronouncing Palace right. Is it Palace? Palais? I don't know. But it's going to be limited edition color vinyl, which is pretty cool. Ooh, there go 2 more jets. Did you guys see those? Pretty cool. The next one, the Dillinger Escape Plan Instrumentalist. This is a limited white 7-inch featuring instrumental and remix versions of songs from their 2016 release, Disassociation. The Distillers, Coral Fang. The Distillers' third and last studio album was also their debut on a major label. It was released in 2003 and features some of the best jagged punk pop and beautifully bruising ballads. This LP is long out of print and heavily sought after by fans. The original release of this record was limited to a quantity of 1,000, with artwork featured only on that version until now. This RSD release revisits the artwork with the original photographic design and printed cover insert. That's pretty sweet. Next one, Ms. Dolly Parton, Puppy Love. This is one of the earliest recordings to be released by Dolly Parton. Originally released in 1959 by Gold Band Recordings. The 45 release is as true to the original packaging as they could make it. The B-side features Girl Left Alone, written by Parton, her aunt Dorothy Jo Owens, and her uncle Buck Owens. That's a pretty crazy family. It's limited to 2,500 worldwide, and if this won't give you a Dolly Woody, I don't know what woody. I have so many great dad jokes here. I'm sorry. I apologize to dads everywhere for my really bad dad jokes. The Doors, Live at the Matrix, 1967, was recorded on March 7th, 1967, oddly enough, in San Francisco, when I was just about 1 year old. Whoa, 1 year old, man, 1967, crazy. I think I was here. Yeah, I was here, as a matter of fact. I came back here very quickly. I was born in Oregon, but you know, my family was half from Virginia, half from Oregon, and landed back here. Anyway, you don't care about that. You want to hear about the records. It's been newly remastered by Bruce Botnick, the historic engineer for the Doors, from recently discovered original master tapes. It celebrates 50 years of the Doors. Live at the Matrix is now on vinyl for the very first time. I bought a bunch, hope I get a bunch. Cool. Drive-By Truckers, Electric Lady Sessions. Love these guys. This release features 7 exclusive live tracks recorded at Electric Lady Studios, which is going strong in NYC. Dylan Gardner and the Flaming Groovies, Shake Some Action Side-by-Side. This is a side-by-side 7-inch. Continuing in the now classic side-by-side series, this vinyl features both the Flaming Groovies and Dylan Gardner taking on Shake Some Action on a red and blue swirl vinyl 7-inch. The Easy Beats, Vigil. Vigil was originally released in 1968 as the Easy Beats follow-up to their UK album Good Friday. The North American release of Vigil, however, was retitled Falling Off the Edge of the World and issued with a different album cover and running order. This very rare album has been unavailable on vinyl for almost 40 years and is being released as Vigil for the first time in the US. The album features Bring a Little Lovin', Good Times, and Falling Off the Edge of the World, which is kind of what it feels like out here. It looks very flat. I understand why everyone was so confused. Electric Flag, Whiskey A Go-Go, September 1967. The Electric Flag was one of the premier rock bands of the 1960s, organized by Mike Bloomfield, who had just left the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. The band features such notable talent as Buddy Miles, Elvin Bishop, Nick Gravenettes, I don't know, and Barry Goldberg. The gig was recorded at the Whiskey A Go-Go in September 1967. Elton John, 17-11-70. This was just announced. It includes several previously unreleased tracks. This is Elton's pick for his favorite live album of all time. It's a really great record. And he should definitely know. He's one of the best live musicians of all time. He also loves book and record stores, which I think is really cool that he likes both. In his little promo video he just did for this, he threw that out there. So that's pretty cool. But this version does include extra tracks, I think 4 extra tracks. I did, once again, order a bunch of these. Hope we get a bunch. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. This is the replica of the sawed-off I should saw off my head right now. The sought-after 1973 NME cover mount flexi disc imported from the UK for Record Store Day in 2017. So it'll be flowing in on a container ship, probably right through here into Portsmouth and Norfolk. Pretty cool. Emmylou Harris, Queen of the Silver Dollar, Studios albums 1975 to 1979. So Emmylou Harris actually got her start right here in Virginia Beach at this strip. She worked in restaurants here at the beach, and she started singing at clubs, and that's how her entire career was launched, right here in Virginia Beach. I think it's pretty exciting. But this box set contains Emmylou's first 5 studio albums: Pieces of the Sky, Elite Hotel, Luxury Liner, Quarter Moon in a 10-Cent Town, and Blue Kentucky Girl. Beautiful album covers. Man, what a beautiful lady, even today. Contains a bonus 45 RPM single of Light in the Stable and with a B-side, Little Drummer Boy. This is a groovy way to own a piece of Virginia Beach history from one of America's most talented singer-songwriters. Really cool. Enslaved, Roadburn Live. This is a 12-inch purple vinyl, limited to 500. Sure hope we get one. It's a 12-inch purple, which includes the original Enslaved Roadburn poster. Oh, fingers are crossed to get this one. Hopefully we shall. Usually we do. Eric Church, Caught in the Act Live. For Record Store Day, Eric Church's album Caught in the Act Live will be released on special edition red vinyl and will include a special RSD exclusive t-shirt offer, which I would presume you have to mail off for and pay for separately, that they're not just going to give you that, but I don't have the details yet. But regardless, that's pretty cool. Evan Dando, here's another hot one. Baby on Board. This is a 2 LP. Limited to 500. It's going to be exciting. This limited edition special Record Store Day 2 LP bookback reissue includes a disc of unreleased tracks, singles, B-sides, and rarities. Emerging after the Lemonheads disbanded, Evan Dando returned to music first with a solo tour and live at the Brattle Theater, then his debut solo album, Baby on Board. Again, limited to 500 copies, so if you want this one, I highly recommend being in line early. And again, you can call me and I'll let you know whether we get it or not those last couple days. Field Music, Tones of the Town, hugely acclaimed on its original release in early 2007. Field Music's Tones of Town established them as one of the UK's most sophisticated and forward-thinking bands, available on vinyl for the very first time in 10 years. And I'm not really sure what that means. Very first time in 10 years. I don't know. Okay. This release will be on colorful yellow vinyl, and I'm sure it will be wonderful. Filthy Friends, Any Kind of Crowd. Filthy Friends is a David Bowie cover band. No, wait. They also might be Corin Tucker, Peter Buck, Scott McGowie, who I just met recently, Kurt Bloch, Bill Reiflin, and occasionally Chris Novoselic, I believe of REM fame. So they're either a Bowie cover band, they're all those people, or they're unemployed radio clowns for Ringling Brothers Circus. So sad. Used to see them here. Choose whatever alternative facts you like and spin their new 7-inch from Kill Rock Stars. These rollicking tunes echoing from their party tent include the original Any Kind of Crowd, backed with an enthusiastic cover of the Roxy Music Standard editions of You. I love Roxy Music. Next one, The Flaming Lips, on board the International Space Station, Concert for Peace. This is a limited edition orange vinyl featuring 7 live-ish tracks from Oxy Melody, reimagined as a fictional, fantastical live Flaming Lips performance aboard the International Space Station, where I believe Wayne and company actually live year-round, on high oxygen levels. The Flat Duo Jets, Wild Wild Love box set. Wild Wild Love includes 1 10-inch and 2 12-inch records, plus a 12-inch booklet and a beautifully designed box set. The 10-inch has the original Flat Duo Jets and stereo EP, which was released on cassette only. The first 12-inch is a debut self-titled album originally released on CD, and the second 12-inch is outtakes and alternate versions from their debut album sessions. And these recordings have never been on vinyl before. The 12-inch booklet will contain reprints from tour posters, flyers, concert tickets, live photos, and more. I love it when they throw in all this extra stuff. It's pretty cool. The next one, another alternate reality, Fleetwood Mac, Alternate Mirage. This is an album of alternate takes from the Mirage Deluxe Edition, previously released only on CD. Includes the early version of Mirage favorites like Gypsy, Hold On, and Oh Diane. Last one on this session, Frank and Dank and JD, the JD tapes. Frank Nitt and Danky Harv, or just Frank and Dank, knew Jay Dilla before you. I don't even know Jay Dilla yet, so they definitely, I mean, I know of Jay Dilla. I've listened to Jay Dilla's music, but I don't actually know Jay Dilla. But don't feel bad, they knew Dilla before anyone knew Dilla. Heck, this was when Dilla was still in Detroit, before he even knew himself as Jay Dilla, before he'd even stepped foot in LA. From their personal vault, Frank and Dank brings you these cuts from their years of working with Dilla, including complete instrumentals, pressed in a 10-inch red vinyl pressing. And we just added this label as a vendor, and we're super excited to be carrying their stuff. It's so amazing. I brought like 15 records in, and I literally sold 14 of them in 2 days. So that's a sign of a really great relationship with a new label or a new distribution partner, Traffic Entertainment. So thanks, guys. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to hop over to a new location in Virginia Beach and bring you some more great RSD records. So see you soon. Bye.